David Fincher's The Girl with the Dragon Tattoo is rumored for 4K. Scream Shout Factory announces its new June slate, including 3 new 4K releases, and they may have all just released in theaters and on streaming, but Turning Red, Sonic 2, and Morbius all have potential release dates for 4K and Blu-ray. All this and more in the latest physical media report. Stay tuned. What is up, everybody, and welcome back to the Mid-Level Media channel, your hub for everything physical media and entertainment. And we are here today to bring you the Physical Media Report, episode 102. That is right, guys, your weekly dose of physical media goodness, where I run down everything new and exciting in the world of 4Ks and Blu-rays. We're going to cover the rumors, we're going to cover new releases, we're going to cover news and announcements, deals. There's tons of deals to get into this week, guys. But before we do that, I want to ask, this your first time discovering me here on the Mid-Level Media channel, what are you waiting for? Hit that subscribe button. I do all kinds of Blu-ray and 4K content on this channel. I do reviews, I do collection updates, I do unboxings, I do weekly news shows like this, where I point you in the direction of everything new and exciting in the world of physical media. We also do live streams with other collectors. I've got a big live stream tonight where I'm going to bring a panelist of 9 people together to talk about all of the amazing releases in the month of March. Just tons of physical media content. If you like that kind of stuff, you like Blu-rays and 4Ks, hell, if you like DVDs, hit the subscribe button down below. Also, be sure to like this video and comment down below of everything that we cover here today. What are you the most excited about? What are you the most amped up for? What gets your juices flowing the most? Let me know in the comment section below, and also be sure to turn on those bell notifications for all future videos. So let's get into the rumors, guys. And it's been a little dry as far as like the real exciting rumors recently, but we do have some pretty exciting stuff to talk about this week. We have The Girl with the Dragon Tattoo, which is a David Fincher film, is being rumored to come out in 4K from Sony sometime in late 2022. So this is the one David Fincher film that I have not seen, and I don't know if it was just a book adaptation and I felt like I had to watch like the original first or read the book. I don't know, for whatever reason I never saw this film, and I didn't actually know it was a David Fincher film, I feel like, until maybe within the past 2 or 3 years. So this is one I missed out on. I know it's got Daniel Craig, Rooney Mara. I feel like I've heard a lot of really good things about this film, not as much so when it came out, but recently a lot of people talk about this one as an underrated David Fincher gem. So I'd be excited to pick this up and watch it for the first time in 4K when it comes out. But speaking of David Fincher in 4K, so Panic Room was initially supposed to come out at the end of March. It was actually supposed to come out last week. Now it has a new rumored release date of June the 28th coming out from Sony. So both of these Fincher films will be coming out from Sony. So hopefully, fingers crossed. Again, this is not a set in stone release date. This is still a rumored release date, but Panic Room was on Bluray.com and was set to come out on March the 29th, I believe. So that date, or March the 28th, that date was set in stone and actually on Bluray.com, but it never got that official announcement, which was weird. Sometimes Bluray.com does that kind of stuff though. But Panic Room in 4K, I believe what we are certainly getting this, most definitely getting this. But the potential release date now is June the 28th. So hopefully it doesn't get pushed any further. Hopefully we get an official announcement sooner rather than later, because I'm really excited for this one. So we do have a new design concept for the Batman Best Buy exclusive Steelbook. Again, this was posted by the Disc Father. I have not seen this on Best Buy's actual website as of yet. Maybe that gets announced right after I film this. But the Batman Best Buy 4K Steelbook, I'm looking at the design right now. It seems pretty legit. It seems like that is actually going to be what it is. But this comes out from Warner Brothers on May the 24th is the speculated release date for the Batman. Again, none of this is official. This is not on Bluray.com yet as being official and coming out, and I do not see it on Best Buy. But this is the concept artwork for the Batman. I know a lot of people are chomping at the bit to own the Batman physically when it finally gets announced and finally comes out. So yeah, definitely excited for that one. Turning Red on 4K, guys, and with a Best Buy exclusive Steelbook. This is scheduled to come out with a potential release date from Disney on May the 3rd. So Turning Red was a Disney Plus exclusive. This one did not go into theaters. I thought this was okay. I watched this one at home on Disney Plus with my family. I thought it was okay. It felt like a Disney film that should have been on a streaming service, if I'm being honest, just like Luca did. But yeah, Turning Red in 4K. It's got some cool artwork on it. The Steelbook looks all right. If you're a fan of this movie, if you're a Disney collector, I'm sure you're going to want to own this and add this one to your collection. But I definitely won't be getting this until it drops in price. But all the artwork and stuff for the Best Buy Steelbook and for the slipcase looks pretty legit. But again, not an official announcement. The Morbius 4K and the Best Buy Steelbook is still being speculated as well, coming out from Sony on June the 14th. So this is a movie that just came out in theaters this weekend. It did decent, I think. I think it did like 39 million. That seems decent for Morbius. I don't know if people expected it to do more than that. But yeah, the Morbius 4K, again, this is one that I might actually get when it comes out because I don't plan on going to the theaters to see it. So I might get Morbius on 4K just so I can watch it and talk about it with you guys. But yeah, that's supposed to be coming out on June the 14th. We got Sonic 2, which is a film that's getting ready to come out this weekend. Has a 4K speculated release date of June the 28th coming out from Paramount. So I'm looking forward to this one. I did like the first Sonic okay. I never bought the 4K that one. I don't think I own it on physical still, but yeah, I imagine that people are going to buy this one. It's probably going to get a Steelbook and all that good stuff. So again, a speculated release date. All these are no-brainers. These are new releases. We know they're going to get the works with the Steelbooks and the Target exclusives and the Walmart exclusives probably because they are new releases. They're higher profile films from Sony and Disney. So we all know that these are going to happen. But again, all of these that we just discussed for these newer films, Turning Red, Morbius, Sonic 2, are all speculated release dates. They do not have official release dates as of yet. Same with Coda, which was the Best Picture winner from last, Sunday night's Oscars, which nobody probably remembers because of all the craziness that went on that night with everything else. But Coda is set to receive a 4K release from Eagle Pictures on May the 25th. So this is a UK distributor, I'm pretty sure. I don't know if this is going to have a US release date, if it's going to be released in the US by anybody, but this is going to be coming out. If you want this one on 4K, you're going to have to import it until it gets a release from Criterion or somebody like that. So that does it for the rumors, guys. Again, not the most exciting rumors. Most of this stuff was new release films that we already anticipate are going to come out on 4K and Blu-ray anyway. But let's get into the news and announcements because we got some cool stuff and here to talk about here today. But X, which is the new A24 horror film, which I did not get a chance to see in theaters, and I am so excited to watch this movie. But this is getting a Lionsgate release on May the 24th. So we're going to be getting the Lionsgate A24 slipcover. I am down to collect these always. And especially for this movie, I'm really looking forward to watching this one. A lot of people really love this. I don't think I've heard a bad thing about this movie from anybody. I've heard a couple people that had said it wasn't all that. That some people were hyping it up to be, but I've heard nothing but good things about this movie. I'm so excited to watch it, and I'll definitely be picking up this A24 Blu-ray. I'm glad I don't have to wait too long because it's coming out in about a month and a half. May 24th, I'm definitely excited for this one, for X when it comes out. But The Boys, Season 1 and 2 just got announced this morning, I believe, to come out on Blu-ray. This is an Amazon Prime exclusive TV show. This is coming out from Sony on May the 17th. So I know a lot of people love this show. I watched the first season. I really enjoyed the first season. I don't think it's a perfect show. I watched the second season, and for whatever reason, I dipped out on like episode 5. So I have to go back and finish that before the third season comes out. But it's not that I didn't like the show. I don't know. I kind of got a little bored with it, if I'm being honest. Boys Season 1 and 2. I know a lot of people are huge fans of this. Have been waiting for this to come to physical. One thing that I will say about Netflix and Amazon is they seem to have a willingness to release their shows and stuff to physical media. Not always their movies, but their shows to physical media, especially Amazon. So I'm excited that this is getting a Blu-ray release because I know a lot of people really would want to add this to the collection. So good on them for releasing this and realizing that this show has a fan base and it's probably going to sell pretty well. We're looking at you, Disney. Plus, you need to release the Mandalorian on Blu-ray and some of those Marvel shows as well. But let's get into the big announcement, guys. And this was just announced this morning. I'm so glad that I got something very exciting to talk about here today. But the new June Scream Factory titles were announced this morning. I do not have official release dates for these as of right now, but let me just go through this lineup for you guys. And it looks like that Scream Factory is not slowing down with the 4K re-releases. Like, they are full on ramping up these 4K re-releases, and it looks like that's what we're going to get for the majority of 2022, with maybe a couple big new announcements in there as well. Hopefully, fingers crossed, Elm Street at some point. But The Funhouse is coming to 4K, which is a Tobe Hooper movie. Cat People, I think from the 80s Cat People, because there is like a 30s, 40s Cat People, but it's the 80s Cat People is coming to 4K. We also have Dog Soldiers, which is a Neil Marshall movie. I just bought that one on Blu-ray, but it was a little cheap, like $5, $6 Blu-ray. That one's coming to 4K. And we also have Fire in the Sky, which is an alien abduction film that everybody talks about as like one of the scariest movies of all time. This one is coming to just getting a regular Blu-ray release from Scream Factory. I'm very excited for this one because it has an imprint release, but I did not get that imprint release because it's kind of expensive. But I'm so down to get this one from Scream Factory when it comes out. Finally see it and finally see what all the hype is about. This is honestly, like, I know it's not 4K or anything, but Fire in the Sky might be the one that I'm the most excited about from these new announcements. I'm just excited it's getting a new release, and hopefully it's getting some new cool special features with it as well. But the Funhouse on 4K, guys, Cat People, Dog Soldiers, like I said, they are not slowing down with these 4K re-releases. They are all in, so I'm curious to see what they're going to get into next and just how far they're going to go with it. Are they really just going to re-release all of their older films on 4K? Yeah, a cool lineup. Again, I don't have any of those on Blu-ray from the Scream Factory releases. I have Dog Soldiers on a regular Blu-ray, but I don't have the Scream Factory Blu-rays for any of those. So I'll definitely be buying these, you know, for the first time in 4K. So it's cool. Again, I understand. I did an entire video on this when they announced them last time. Go check it out. Just talking about Scream Factory re-releasing all of their films in 4K and how that makes like the collectors of the past Blu-ray releases feel. Did an entire video on that, so go check that out. But yeah, I'm excited for all these titles. Again, it's definitely not as exciting as the last slate that was announced for May, like The Craft, Candyman, Escape from New York. Like, those are way flashier titles than the Funhouse, Cat People, and Dog Soldiers. But I'm still always excited for new films coming out in 4K. And Scream Factory's just been doing an excellent job restoring some of these movies. So I have no doubt that these are going to look fantastic as well. I failed to mention, but also Herzog, Warner Herzog is getting a collector's set Volume 2 coming out from Shout Select. So I'm assuming he has a Volume 1 in Shout Select that I'm not aware of, but this is a collection of Warner Herzog films. So if you're a Warner Herzog fan, I imagine that you're going to be excited for that. We also got Malignant coming out on 4K. I discussed this one last week, coming out as an overseas release. It is getting a US release as well from Warner Brothers on May the 24th. So I'm very excited for this. Again, I bought this on Blu-ray. It's going to be really hard for me not to double dip. I kind of wanted to restrain on it, maybe till it goes down in price a little bit, but I love this movie, so I'm sure I'm going to grab it week of. I might just go ahead and sell the Blu-ray off and just plan to get this 4K release and then talk about it with you guys when it comes out, because I love this movie and I haven't really got a chance to break it down and talk about it on this channel before. So we also have the Eurocrypt of Christopher Lee Volume 2 coming out from Severin. This first set that came out, this set looks amazing too, but that first set was so beautiful and nice. I really regret not getting it, but it was like $120 when it first came out. I'm pretty sure it's down to like $80 right now. But this is coming out from Severin on May the 31st. This is coming out with new 2K and 4K restorations. It is a 7-disc set. In this set, you're going to get Uncle Was a Vampire, The Secret of the Red Orchid, Dark Places, Dracula and Son, both the director's cut and the US version, and the soundtrack. And you're also going to be getting Murder Story. So it looks like 5 films in this set, and also a director and US version and a soundtrack. So still a 7-film set, but definitely a cool set. I would definitely like to get into more of the classic Christopher Lee horror films. We also got Uncharted coming out on Blu-ray, 4K, and Steelbook, that Amazon exclusive Steelbook. This is just now getting an official release date, and I know we've talked about Uncharted, I feel like 10 times on this show, but it's always been on like the rumored release date and tentative release dates and all this stuff. But this is the official release date, May the 10th. So you saw Uncharted in the theaters. If you didn't see Uncharted in the theaters and you're excited to watch it for the first time on physical media, definitely get excited for that. We also got Dog, which is a new Channing Tatum buddy movie with a dog. I don't really know too much about this movie other than it really didn't get a very good reviews, but this comes out on Blu-ray from Warner Brothers on May the 10th. We also have Stunt Rock, which is a 1979. It looks like it's kind of like a Death Race style movie. This is getting a 4K restoration from Kino Lorber with the slipcover, the full treatment from Kino, coming out on June the 7th. We also have new Vinegar Syndrome titles announced. The April titles were announced this past weekend with some really exciting stuff, and it looks like Vinegar Syndrome is really leaning heavily into the 4K format as well. We have Death Wish 2 coming out to 4K, which I just bought the Blu-ray for from Hamilton Books, so I'm a little disappointed in that because I would have wanted to buy this one on 4K. I still might go ahead and get it, but yeah, a little bit disappointed that I bought the Blu-ray. Now it's getting a 4K release, but I know a lot of people are excited for this one, fans of the Death Wish movies. We also have Alien Private Eye, which is not a 4K release, but this is a Blu-ray with a 4K restoration. We got Flesh Eater coming out in 4K, and we got Stiff Competition coming out in 4K. So 3 new 4K titles coming out from Vinegar Syndrome. They've already done some 4Ks this year. They did the film that I reviewed, Dead Heat. They also did Madman in 4K. So yeah, Vinegar Syndrome seems to be leaning very heavily into the 4K format in 2022 as well. So definitely get excited for that if you're a Vinegar Syndrome fan. Now let's get into the deals, guys, because we have got tons of amazing deals this week that I just have to get into. 3 of these I have already bought myself. And I'll tell you right now, I got 3 Blu-rays for $12. And they were a part of these deals, so I could not pass them up. But The Matrix Resurrection on 4K for $19.99. So if you did want to pay $30 for The Matrix Resurrections, which I completely understand, especially if you saw the movie, it is on sale right now, guys, for $19.99. So good deal for that 4K release. We also have it on Blu-ray for $14.99 if you don't want to pay the extra for the 4K. We got the Harry Potter 4K Blu-ray train set, which I think is an Amazon exclusive. This is $99.99 right now. The Godfather 4K trilogy, guys, this is the lowest that it has been this far. Now this has been out for 2 weeks now, but this is the lowest price point that it's been. This is on sale for $69.99, so good price for that. But I will say that this is probably, it is on a trajectory to go down even more. So I think that the Godfather 4K trilogy might get down to 60 or maybe below that within the next 3 or 4 weeks. So you might want to wait just a little bit longer. But then again, I could be completely wrong and it goes up like 20 bucks in a couple of weeks, but I really don't think that's going to happen. I think they have a lot of these that they need to sell off. But Prometheus on 4K, guys, for $13.99. We also got Akira on 4K, the anime movie, for $15.99. The Karate Kid 4K set, guys. The Karate Kid 4K set, I just paid $50 for this, I believe, is on sale for $41.99. So that is definitely the lowest price that has been thus far. So great deal. That set is amazing. The artwork on it is so good. I love the artwork on that set. But Venom 2 on Blu-ray, guys, for $14.99. Just the Blu-ray. The 4K hasn't dropped in price. But let me go over to these 3 Blu-rays that I got myself. So Commando, which is an Arnold Schwarzenegger film that I am ashamed to say I have not seen. I've seen almost every Arnold Schwarzenegger film, unlike Stallone, which is now Stallone month on the mid-level channel, if you guys don't know. But I have not seen Commando. That is one of the big Arnold films that I haven't seen. This is on sale right now, guys, for $3.99 on Blu-ray on Amazon. And it kind of makes me wonder, because sometimes when they drop these prices real low, it kind of makes you wonder, are they getting ready to release some kind of a special edition? Maybe 4K for Commando? I don't know. It would be interesting. But Commando, guys, $3.99. Mr. and Mrs. Smith, which is Brad Pitt, Angelina Jolie from 2005. I remember seeing this in theaters, but I don't think I've seen it since. That is on sale for $3.99. I went ahead and scooped that up. We also have Pitch Black on 4K, guys, for $16.99. The Green Mile on 4K for $21.99. You got Mitchell's versus the Machines on Blu-ray for $15. Ghostbusters Afterlife on 4K for $23.73. And Canto and Eternals on 4K for $24.99. 2 Disney titles that have dropped $5 in price. And the last title, again, I missed covering this, but the last title that I bought for $3.99 on Amazon was Napoleon Dynamite, is on Blu-ray for $3.99. So great deal for some Blu-rays on Amazon. Definitely jump on there and check out those deals, because I did. Yeah, I got 3 Blu-rays that I didn't necessarily want right away, but I couldn't pass up those prices. 3 Blu-rays for $12. Not bad at all. And with that, let's go ahead and get into what is new this week, because we've got some exciting stuff coming out this week, starting with Scream 5, or Scream, whatever you want to call it. Again, I call this Scream 5. I can't keep myself from calling it Scream 5, but this is getting a release from Paramount. It is coming out on 4K for $27.96. It's getting a regular Blu-ray for $22.96, and it's getting a Best Buy exclusive Steelbook for $34.99. Hopefully that Steelbook will actually be in stores tomorrow. I haven't really heard anything about if it's selling out, if people are going to have trouble. I guess we'll see tomorrow. It is getting a 4K double pack for $36.99, and it's getting a Blu-ray double pack for $32.99. So like I said in my April most anticipated video, you don't really see a lot of the 4K double packs. Like you see a lot of the Blu-ray ones, but I think it's pretty cool they're having the 4K double pack with the original Scream. So I'm going to be getting this on 4K for sure, and I'm hoping to have a review out for this one this weekend. But yeah, I'm excited to revisit this one. I did like it when I saw it in theaters, but I want to revisit it and see if it grows on me or if I like it less. So I'm kind of curious to see how this holds up on the rewatch. We also have Death on the Nile coming out on Blu-ray for $24.99 and 4K for $29.99. So I know that's a big release, new release title. This is a Disney title, or I think a past Fox title, 20th Century Studios, but this movie's got Gal Gadot in it. It's the sequel, kind of, to Murder on the Orient Express, again, directed by Kenneth Branagh. I didn't really like that movie all that much. It kind of bored me, so I wasn't really interested in checking out this one as well. But definitely a nice looking slipcover, and you do have a Blu-ray slipcover variant for this release, so the Blu-ray cover is different from the 4K cover, so that's definitely interesting. We also have the 8-diagram pole fighter coming out from Aero Video for $27.99. We got the Ice Demon coming out from Scream Factory for $17.99. We got The Long Night, which is a new film starring Scout Taylor Taylor Compton, the girl from like one of my most hated movies of all time, Rob Zombie's Halloween. But I've actually heard really good things about this film, so I'm actually thinking about maybe getting this and watching it, because I've heard some really good things about it. But that is going to be on sale for $17.99. We also got Parallel Mothers coming out from Sony for $22.99. We got Jack Reacher, the 4K Steelbook, and I'm pretty sure this is a Best Buy exclusive Steelbook, coming out for $26.99. To me, this is a little bit too expensive for this release, and this is a Paramount release. And I think Shooter just came out, and Shooter was like 20 bucks, and this one looks kind of similar to that one as far as the design, but $26.99. Hopefully that's not the case in stores. Hopefully this is wrong and it drops in price a little bit, but that is a little bit too expensive for a past release coming out in 4K Steelbook. And again, the design work, who do they think they are? Lionsgate? Like, this is not the nicest looking Steelbook, but again, $26.99. I was kind of thinking about getting it, but when I saw that price point, I was like, nah, I'm not going to get that. Vicious Fun comes out on Blu-ray from RLJE for $14.99. Paramount releases coming out this week. We got Soap Dish for $12.99, and we got Let It Ride coming out for $12.99. So these are catalog Blu-ray releases, first time on Blu-ray. Soap Dish definitely looks interesting. It's got Sally Field in it. It's got Whoopi Goldberg, so that's an interesting cast on that one, and I've never really heard of that movie or seen it. So Doctor Who, Tom Baker, Season 6, the 7-disc Blu-ray set, and I think this is the Doctor Who series from the 70s, 60s, or 70s or something. This is coming out for $59.99. We also have the Little Rascals Volume 5. These Little Rascal sets, the 30s Little Rascals, have been releasing, I think, for the past 6 months, but this is Volume 5 coming out on Blu-ray from Classic Flicks for $27.99. We also had 3 new Kino Lorber releases this week. We have Armageddon, not the Bruce Willis Armageddon, 1998 Armageddon, but the 1977 Armageddon for $19.89. We got The Body of My Enemy for $19.89, and we got The Indian Tomb, which is a film written by Fritz Lang that came out in 1921, and this is a classic Kino title coming out for $29.99. So a little bit steep for that classic Kino title. We also have The Violent Breed coming out from Code Red for $19.99. We got Up All Night, which is a TV series coming out from Mill Creek for $22.99. We got Jockey on Blu-ray from Sony for $22.99, and we got Desperate Riders coming out from Lionsgate for $17.29. So with that, guys, not the biggest week in physical media releases, but definitely a couple of big titles coming out with Death on the Nile and Scream, and also some pretty cool boutique releases as well. So with that, guys, we are done with this week's physical media report. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you feel more enlightened in the world of physical media. Definitely like this video, subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, and comment down below everything that we discussed here today. What are you the most excited about? Let me know. Turn on those bell notifications. Follow me on all my social media accounts. Those links are in the description, and we'll see you next time.